Recently, I've been having thoughts that I am not keeping up with my peers. It feels as though I've perhaps sheltered myself from certain aspects of life that I've missed the value of, or been too afraid to engage in, or maybe it's just FOMO kicking in. But I've wondered whether I might be able to use my naivety to my creative advantage. We're going for a walk, we're going for a walk. Mummy's at the gym. It's a beautifully sunny day, and we're going to go and see what we can find. I'm Jack Elliott Hobbs, and the objective of my channel is to inspire you to make something. I make documentaries about creatives and videos to help you find your creative flow. If you're like me and often struggle to get flowing, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for regular videos. Think like a Martian. Imagine you've never encountered anything you are faced with before. One might liken it to beginner's luck or a fresh pair of eyes, but thinking like a Martian takes the idea a step further. Abort, unhappy baby. When one thinks like a being from another planet, there can be no limit, no silly ideas, no mistakes, only the rationale, instinctive, untainted solutions that a being from another planet might think of. What's happened? What's happened? What's happened? Should we find you some food? A Martian would not be in danger of feeling self-conscious, shyness or guilt. It would be purely objective and unhindered in its approach to the issue, assuming it was a friendly Martian. I have a new documentary production coming up, and I've been struggling to pin down a visual style for it. The subject is Nagihan Seymour, a British-Turkish artist specialised in tezhip, the art of illumination and sacred geometry. Although originally a materials engineer, she has been interested in art since her university years, studying traditional arts in her hometown of Istanbul. I discovered Nagihan at Chidikwi Arts Fair and was particularly taken with her kintsugi-inspired pieces, so much so that I purchased her kintsugi brain. At first I thought I'd go about my usual way of filming her, particularly run and gun, following her throughout her typical day, similar to my film about Melissa Scott Miller. Then I considered the fact that Melissa and Nagihan are completely different artists, and it would not do Nagihan's work justice to simply adopt my tried and tested method of cinematography for her film. Nagihan's work is intricate and often symmetrical, drawing on her mathematical engineering background. One might say she almost paints by numbers. By thinking like a Martian, I've been inspired to alter my approach to the camera work with an idea to use mirrors and to create symmetry, and to limit my choice of lenses to macro only. By adopting the freedom of a Martian to think outside of the box, I reckon I can do a better job of capturing Nagihan's character for you. My approach could change, but this exercise has definitely helped with my imposter syndrome, perfectionism and manic ambition. You'll have to let me know when I've finished the film. Right, so how do I get out of here? I have just finished a meeting with Nagihan and I'm feeling so inspired. It's so exciting. Before I went, we've met each other a handful of times, and that was really our only opportunity to actually get to know each other a bit. To form a bit of an understanding of what this collaboration is going to entail. And she sent me some pictures of her workspace, her studio space, which is basically a room in a shared office. and I didn't really know how I was going to shoot it. I thought it, you know, it's going to be difficult to make it look fun and interesting. But then it's not about the space; it's about the artwork. So I'm not worried about that at all now. It just goes to show you how positive and how helpful a recce is for any project. Just to go and see the space and get a feel for it, so you can get an understanding of how best to shoot it. So now I just can't wait to get in there. Really, we've booked a shoot day. So that's going to happen at the beginning of November, which is very exciting. And yeah, I mean, in terms of thinking like a Martian, it's brilliant, because I have to really think outside of the box and see it work with what I have, in front of me. I can't change the room. There are so many variables that are taken away from me. I have no control over, and that's part of the beauty of shooting these documentaries, is that I never know what I'm going to get. I barely know who the person is, so I can sort of go through that process of discovering who they are and why they do what they do firsthand, like you will with Nagihan's film, and like with Melissa's film, if you didn't know Melissa before. So it's very exciting. It's very exciting. I can't say that thinking like a Martian has had a dramatic effect. I can't tell you how much I've used that idea, that inspirational sort of concept in this process, but I would more liken it to thinking outside the box, which is effectively what you're doing when you're thinking like a being from another world, you know, who has no idea about anything. I have no idea how Nagihan does what she does. I have no idea what the process is. I know nothing about it. All I know is that I quite like it. I quite like some of her work, and I'm excited to understand that, and to understand maybe why, but mostly excited to try and capture it in a way which is reminiscent of what she does, and portray her and her character and her work to you guys in the most interesting way, in the most pleasing way, entertaining way. Have you ever thought like a Martian for one of your projects? Maybe give it a try and see if you can find a new perspective.